Yeah, I think that was definitely one of our best full 90-minute performances so far. Obviously, we're disappointed not to come out with the win. I really think we had the better of them, and we definitely had the better chances. So we were obviously happy to equalize, but I really think we could have won that game. But I'm really proud of the team's performance overall. I think our subs made a huge difference, first of all. Just brought a new energy, new life to the game. I also think in the last 10 minutes the game really opened up. You know, there's tired legs, and I think we took that as a cue to really turn it on and find those open spaces and go when it was on in transition. So I was really proud of the subs that came on, and I think the team just turned it on because the game opened up and we went for it.
Hi, Kerry. Fantastic performance tonight. Being down a goal twice during the match, what did Coach Hines told you guys essentially to do? Because from the beginning of the game, you guys came out with a burst of energy, you know, pressing, and then right when you guys were down twice, you guys kept that intensity.
Seb just told us to play with courage, you know, we need to want the ball, everyone needs to want to get on the ball and turn and go forward, and not that we weren't playing with courage, but I think we needed even more of a drive, and Seb just said he believed in us, you know, he believed in each one of us individually, to have that courage and play with that, and I think that's what really gave us the extra energy. I was just so thankful. You know, I was definitely a little disappointed at some of my chances missed earlier in the game, so my one goal was just like to make a difference, make something happen. You know, it's not always going to be pretty, and at the end of the day it was a deflection, but I was happy with the chance I took to just drive it across the goal, and stuff happens, you know, so that was my goal, to make a difference, and I'm glad it went in our favor. I think it's our leaders, you know, I think it's players that really step up, and our leaders, not just our older players, but our younger players, you know, coming on. Thais came on today and brought so much energy and a voice and encouragement, and I think that's what really drives us late in the game. You know, I wish it wasn't always coming down to an equalizer at the end of the day, but I think it says so much about our team and our identity and the work we put in at training. Yeah, I mean, we just need that composure in the final third, but I think the chances that we're creating are so positive, you know? We didn't have all those chances a few games ago. And so, yes, that's kind of the next step, but I think, I mean, you look at 16 chances, that's a lot more than usual. So we're going in the right direction. Obviously, we want some more of those to be goals, but I'm really proud of the chances we created, and it all comes down to composure, and that'll definitely be our next step. Yeah, it was difficult and it was different. I think a lot of that came down to our midfielders. I think our midfield three did a fantastic job. I mean, we always talk about rondoing out of tight areas, and we practiced that a lot in training, and we knew that's what the look was going to be for Angel City today, so I think we did a great job, you know. They do have a good press at times, and but I think our midfield did a great job of coming over to support, to rondo out, and then once we found that switch, I think we really broke them. Definitely on the left, you know, I think of myself as a winger. I love going 1v1 and making runs in behind, and while I'm more comfortable on the left, and I definitely think that's my bread and butter, I'll play anywhere. You know, I love being close to goal. I think everyone does, but no, I think I'm a little more comfortable out on the left, but I'll play anywhere, including the 9.
You know, I think a little frustrating because we're on the cusp of getting that win, and we want 3 points, and we're working really hard for 3 points, but I think the team showed really good fight and really good character, you know, to go down a goal, get back in the game, and go down a goal again, and tie it up there towards the end. So in terms of effort and attitude, we can't ask for more. I think it's being a little bit more brave early on in the game, and, you know, imposing our will earlier on teams instead of, you know, waiting to go down a goal or waiting for the game to wind down to really kind of press the issue and try to fight to win. So just kind of getting that mentality earlier at the start of the game, I think will help us going forward. I mean, I think it's so important when we're able to move the ball quickly through the middle of the field, and especially in that final third, it's very hard to defend against, but, you know, that requires people wanting to get on the ball and moving early for each other, and everyone kind of being on the same page that we want to have this possession in the final third and work hard for each other in possession the same way we do out of possession. And I think now that we're kind of starting to build with that, you see it getting a little bit better every game, and it's something we're definitely working at in practice. And I think, you know, some of these relationships, even though we are a good way into the season, are still relatively new. So I think the more time we have together, the more strong they're becoming and the more dangerous we can be. And hopefully soon, we're getting good opportunities, and hopefully soon that will convert to getting more goals too. But yeah, it's just all about wanting to be on the ball and everyone being on the same page about that, because, I think that's our strength with the personnel we have, is that combination play and breaking teams down that way. So yeah, I think it's only going to get better.
Hi Maggie. The team is undefeated, 5 matches already. What's working mainly defensively for you guys now, and compared to other versions of the Orlando Pride?
I think we're just a little bit more organized right now. We have an idea of, what we're willing to give up in terms of possession and what areas of the field we really want to eliminate, allowing opponents to exploit. So just having a clear picture, I think, going into matches is helping, and we've been working a lot on our shape in training, and I think that translates into the game, just being more confident in our positioning and confident with one another, those relationships on the field, who's to the right and left of you, getting those pairings a little bit more tight, I think has helped, defensively tighten. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I caught myself mid-game today being like, this is fun. We are playing soccer, we're moving the ball, and I think that's something that we haven't done in the past. So to be able to enjoy having possession and having the ball and, playing together is so nice and refreshing, and a change I think that you haven't seen from the Pride in the past. So like I said, I think the more we continue to do it, it's going to get better, and having the ball is a great form of defense. The longer we have the ball, the more we cherish it, the more we take care of it, the less defending we have to do. And I think that carries over to the previous question too of what has changed defensively. I think we're keeping the ball more, we're keeping the ball better, and not giving it up in dangerous areas. So that converts to less defending we have to do. So I think it goes hand in hand with the defensive aspect as well. Like tremendously. Right from when Seb took over, he started instilling that we want to keep the ball, we want to be a possession team, and from day one we just started training more like we wanted to keep it. We were doing rondos, getting everyone comfortable on the ball in different situations. If you're an outside back, you get put in positions where you have 360 pressure like a midfielder. So if you're comfortable doing that as an outside back, you'll be comfortable getting on the ball in tight positions. So just practicing in that and him preaching that, and also just instilling confidence with us. He's okay if we make mistakes, if we're trying to play the way we want to play. He'd rather us mess up trying to keep it than play a long ball into space for no one to be there. So he's been huge in kind of this mentality shift and getting everyone on board to kind of buy into this new system.
How big of an impact are young players like Julie Doyle, Kerry Abello, and Thais Rice from UNF are making in this Orlando Pride? And how are they adapting, within the group, the seasoned veterans?
I think they've been so good. Tonight I think was a great example. Julie, Thais coming in and making a difference, and playing really confident, which I think is so great to see from young players. They don't look timid on the field, they don't look scared, and they not only come in seamlessly, but they're raising the level. And that's what we need, and I think, both of them are game changers, as well as Michaela. Everyone who came in, just going back to that competitive environment we've created in training, I think is translating to the games too, because everyone's hungry for time, everyone wants to make an impact when they step on the field, and round of applause to them, because they're doing great things for the team.
Entertaining, happening more often than not. I said it in pre-game that what you'll find today is two teams that both wanted to win, needed to win to get 3 points. We're obviously chasing Angel City, and they're obviously chasing to get playoffs as well. So I felt that we dominated the game in possession. even out of possession, I think we were in controlled spaces. I think they were patient and trying to pull us out of positions, but you know, we're allowing the right people to have time and space on the ball. And there was a few little adjustments that we had to make at half time. We had to increase the energy and our shift across to keep them spaces tight, and the players did that. But the game is, you know, it's all down to goals, and we create a lot of good opportunities to score. We have to take them, and when we do take them, you know, we're going to be even more of a threat than we showed today.
Your perspective, what do you think?
I wish I had the answer. It's the hardest part of the game, right? Putting the ball in the goal. And I don't know. I don't know if it's repetition in training. The players have showed that they can put the ball in the goal in training. We're creating them sort of opportunities in training as well. So I don't know. They're definitely confident. They're confident players. We've installed that into them. That, you know, making sure that they're in the right places is really important. I spoke about it last week. Julie Doyle been in the width for the goal, and she gets a goal. So I wish I knew the formula to score goals. I think it's one of the things that we're just going to keep practicing to have that killer instinct in front of goal. But the most important thing is that we're creating them opportunities, the right opportunities. Someone spoke to me about XG and stuff like that. We don't need to take 30-yard shots. You know, they're low percentage shots. You know, we're getting the right areas. We're getting good crossing positions. We're getting players in the width of the goal. Like that's high percentage opportunities.
Hi, Coach. I wanted to ask you about Thais Rice. How big of an impact do you think she's making in this team, and what do you see her starting at some point in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've created this environment where it's difficult to make decisions. You know, the players are playing really well. We're getting results. Like with any young player, they have to be patient. We have to develop them. We have to put them in at the right times. You know, it's a tough industry that we work in, and everything about time is really important to increase their development moving forward. So, again, she's just getting her feet wet right now. You know, she's still a rookie, same as a lot of young players that we have in our squad, and it's all about timing. And we coach them. We do video with them. We tell them, you know, aspects of the game they need to improve on, and you know, we give them that attention to move forward in their careers. She's been terrific. You know, she was unfortunate not to start, having given a really good performance against Kansas, but you know, these are the decisions you have to make as a head coach. So she made an immediate impact, and that's all we can ask for. You know, when players come onto the field as a substitute, can you make an impact in the game? And she certainly did that today with getting a goal and making difficult runs, you know, finding the spaces. Again, talking about a rookie, you know, improving her, developing her, and putting in, you know, going through a slight bit of adversity. You know, how are you going to react not starting? And she showed today, like, her reaction was brilliant. Trust, I guess. I mean, I trust them to get in the right spaces, get in the right areas of the field where they can be threatening. I spoke at half time about we are going to make mistakes, but make the right mistakes. You know, make a mistake where you're thinking about threatening, playing a penetrating pass through a line. And that's the encouragement that I'm giving the players, is that, you know, whatever happens, we have to be adaptable. But it's the risk-reward element of the game that, you know, I think the first 20-25 minutes of the game, we looked reluctant to play passes, and we were hiding away from good areas, and we were in the shadow of defenders, and that's not what we're about. So we put that to bed and said, like, listen, we got to do the little bits of getting out of the shadow, getting in good areas, details of passing, details of the touch. And when you do that, you are so threatening, and we just keep relaying that message to the players every single time. Like, you can see that, you know, Abello's getting in really good areas. Meggie, Erica, them areas are uncomfortable for defenders to pick up. And when we move the ball quickly, it's hard to play against. So that's why we've said it. That's why we keep going on about. We say it in training every day. Details are massive in terms of this game. I'm young. I'm a young head coach, but I've had experience in this game. So, you know, it's all about timing, finding the right time to make a substitution, reading the game, reading the momentum of the game. You know, like you said, I am learning on the job, but I have played the game and see like when and where to make a substitution or a tactical switch. And you know, today we did it. It paid off. we look at it, reflect, and you know, we say, you know, it was a good move. and other times I'm going to go, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. So, you know, it's part of learning and getting more experience in this role. You see experienced coaches make the same mistake. So it's just part of the role that I'm in.
Thank you, Coach. This group has gone through a lot of changes recently, and you coming in with Coach Giles also, and also Miguel helping out. How's that bonding been with the players and that change of mindset to play? Because it seems that now you guys are there to push like throughout 90 minutes. That motivation, where does it come from?
I guess culture. We've changed the culture of the club, the team. You can see that the players are going to give absolutely everything to the final whistle. And behind the scenes, it's been hard work for the players. You know, we threw in double days when Giles and Miguel first came. We did double days, which are uncomfortable. You know, the Florida heat is unforgiving, and just making that environment a little bit uncomfortable. And it's not like a high threshold. It's just, you know, you're going again. Adding running sessions, adding, you know, team bonding, fun activities, but then knowing when to mean business as well. So we have a really good balance. You know, we have a very good togetherness. The players have bought into what we're trying to do, and you know, you can see that it's getting implemented on the field. You know, they're enjoying football, and that's how it should be. It should be fun. It should be enjoyable, because it's the best sport.